This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, October 10th. I'm James Spann. Hey, weather stays quiet through the weekend. Next week, the forecast a little more challenging. Now, let's go in there and take a look at some of the Skycam shots around the network this afternoon. It's coming from Cheaha State Park. Always a fine place to be. Alabama's highest mountain. The sky there partly sunny. And off in the distance, it looks like there is a controlled burn in the Talladega National Forest. You see those fairly often this time of the year. That's our sky cam coming from Hamilton, up in Marion County. Partly sunny there. And yep, the Gulf Shores crowds are beginning to swell. Day one of the National Shrimp Festival. And those crowds get bigger and bigger every day through the weekend. And the weather down there is perfect, and the weather over the weekend looks great. Sunny, warm days, clear, pleasant nights. Doesn't get any better. Highs down there in the low 80s. Despite the lack of any really exciting weather here, things are pretty active around the nation. Out west, a very deep trough digging down through the southwestern states. That'll produce a lot of mountain snow in the Colorado Rockies. And over the east, we've got that upper low producing rain over the upper Atlantic coast. But around here, numbers look pretty good. Mostly upper 70s on the map. Gadsden 77, Birmingham 78. Tuscaloosa managing low 80s. They've got 82. Up on the watch warning map, winter storm warnings in effect for the mountains of Colorado, the Rockies, where they'll be buried with snow. High wind issues on the lee of the mountains all the way up into North Dakota for that big storm lifting out of there. In terms of severe weather, we got a risk of severe weather the rest of today and tonight from the Texas Panhandle north up into parts of Nebraska. In South Dakota, there is an enhanced risk over parts of northwest Kansas, southwest Nebraska, northeast Colorado. Tomorrow, the risk extends up north near the Canadian border as the surface low lifts north. And on day 3, which is Saturday, low end 5% severe weather possibilities for parts of North Texas, southeast Oklahoma, and western Arkansas. And, Saturday's the day they play the Texas-Oklahoma game out in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. And rain or storms could be an issue for that game. But not around here. Rain for the next 5 days, not a drop. This is the expected rain through Tuesday morning of next week. The bigger numbers up around New York City and Atlantic City, and also from Texas on up across the Plain States. Severe weather, the NHC guys have a 50% chance of the wave in the Atlantic developing, but no worries. If that becomes Tropical Storm Lorenzo, it will bend northward. Here's a look at the tropical models and the INSEP ensemble guidance. All of the members move it north. Just hanging around out in the middle of nowhere. No threat to land, but man, this thing is nasty. This is a cyclone, Phelan, in the Bay of Bengal, moving towards southeast India. And based on the cloud tops and the structure, that thing's got to be close to a Category 5 type hurricane, the equivalent of a Category 5. And that'll be coming in as a very life-threatening hurricane, or a cyclone. They call them cyclones, same storm, different name. Over there in southeast India. It should be weakening at the time of landfall, but the storm surge, the flooding, it could be catastrophic with that country there. All right, let's look at the GFS, the Global Forecast System. This is valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at 500 millibars. This is the 12Z run. Very strong energy rotating across the northern plain states. We've still got the upper low parked over Chesapeake Bay, but we're just missing all the action. Should be a sunny day with a high around 80 tomorrow. Look at the pressure gradient around that deep surface low, 992 millibars over South Dakota. The winds are going to be howling, but thankfully for our friends up in the Dakotas, the thickness values don't support snow. That'll be all rain. And there could be some severe weather in the warm sector of that storm near the Canadian border. We still got the nor'easter just kind of hanging around off the middle Atlantic coast, producing rain and nasty conditions again for New York City down toward Baltimore. Saturday, another gorgeous day. Lots of sun. High should be at or just over 80, probably low 80s in most spots. The sky partly to mostly sunny. A front running from near Milwaukee down to about Abilene, Texas. And Sunday, the front just kind of fizzles out, never makes it in here. So Sunday, we stay dry, low 80s. The sky partly sunny, rain well off to the west. Shreveport, Dallas, Fort Worth, still getting wet. And here's Monday of next week, and new low forms out there across the Plain States. Again, we're dry. Tuesday, that low moves up into Wisconsin, trailing front down to Oklahoma City and San Angelo, Texas. But we're still dry during the day Tuesday. And then Wednesday, the front moves in here with a chance of showers and maybe some thunder. Severe weather not expected with that. Here's a week from today. This is Thursday. Nice trough over the eastern U.S., and the GFS has the front being progressive. It brings in cooler and drier air, and based on those thickness values, we won't get out of the 60s on Thursday. And that'll probably get us down in the 40s Thursday and Friday morning of next week. But the European hangs the front west of the state. This is Thursday evening off the European, and obviously it's not chilly like that. So big model conflicts. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see. We'll certainly mention a chance of showers and maybe some thunder on Wednesday. Whether we get the colder air behind that front or the front hangs up, we don't know that yet. The models are in radical disagreement. Go out there a few more days. This is October the 19th. This is Saturday the 19th. This is race weekend at Talladega. People always ask us, what's the weather like? Well, it's really beyond 7 days, so this is kind of out there in the land of voodoo. But at the moment, it looks good based on the GFS. But again, there's some question as to the accuracy of this. But if you take that on face value, the weather looks good. A couple of days later, this is Tuesday, the 22nd of October. A cold front coming in with a chance of showers. Then the end of the forecast on the 26th. Very deep trough over the east and some very chilly air dropping in here, if that happens to be correct. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you can, catch us on ABC 3340 News, the live stream, or the television side this evening at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.